So last night I saw Ghost in the Shell. Now, unfortunately, I haven't followed the franchise up to now, so I can't really speak about this particular adaptation. But I love the story, and I thought it was a great kind of exploration of some of the things that we deal with in transhumanism in a really kind of nuanced way. And so, one of the things that is right at the very beginning is this question of blurring the line between humans and machines. And so they talk about trying to blur this line, and if is this line being blurred, and so the funny thing is, it's kind of a silly question. Like, there's no more a line between humans and machines than there is between humans and art, or humans and language, or humans and clothing, or humans and our food, right? Like, these are all ways that humans express themselves, that humanity expresses itself. We express ourselves through art, through language, through our clothing, through our food choices. And in all of these things, there's a process of transformation where we take something that is not us and it becomes part of us. We take food that is not us and it becomes part of our bodies and part of ourselves. We take paint that is not part of us, and through artistic expression, it becomes this expression, deep embodiment of who we actually are. Right? So what it means to be human is not this really kind of fixed thing where the moment that I'm wearing glasses or something like that, I'm no longer human. No, like, to be human is to be in connection and communication and embodied relationship with the rest of the world, which means there ultimately is no line. So the second thing that is brought up in this movie that's really interesting is basically that everyone's dealing with prosthetics of some sort, okay? And so the main character is just the extreme example of this. Some people have, replaced eyes or replaced arms or something like that. The main character has been, her body has been damaged so badly, the only part of it they could recover is the brain. And so they give her this prosthetic body. And there's this question of, okay, with prosthetics, everyone's dealing with these to some extent. Will your body reject them? Will your brain reject these prosthetics? But the movie does a great job of showing that, in fact, our brains are kind of endlessly adaptable. We can adapt ourselves not only to kind of new things that are kind of integrated into us in some way, we can adapt ourselves to new capabilities and new possibilities, and that's what the human brain does. That's what it's so great at. It's endlessly creative and endlessly adaptable. I mean, right now we use our fingers for things like driving cars and playing piano and painting, or playing guitar, typing on a keyboard, things that didn't exist when humans came on the scene. A lot of those things didn't exist 100 years ago. Our ancestors had never used their fingers for these kinds of things. Now we use them to steer wingsuits and to fly through the air at hundreds of miles an hour and all kinds of stuff, right? Because the human brain can adapt itself and figure out new things all the time. And that's one of the great things about what it actually is to be human. And the third thing that the movie talks about are questions. It brings up, what is it to be human? What does it mean to be human? And the main character is always asking, and other people are always asking these people, are you still human? Is she still human? That kind of stuff. And that's a silly question, because of course they're still human, right? Just having a robotic arm or something like that, an implant, a silicon heart, whatever, doesn't make you inhuman. But the main character struggles with this. She doesn't feel like she's human, and everyone around her keeps trying to address this through the technological means. Like, okay, maybe the brain's trying to reject this prosthetic or something like that. How do we deal with that? And in fact, that's not what it is. And ultimately, the movie shows us that to be human is to be connected in relationship. And it's when the main character discovers her connection and her relationship with others that then finally she feels like she is fully and completely human. And it doesn't have anything to do with what kind of heart we have in our chest or what kind of muscles we have in our arms or something like that. It's are we in relationship? Because if we are, then we are fully and completely human. That's what it is. That's how that works. And so these were some of the themes that were explored in the movie. I thought it was great and enjoyable, and I really loved how it dealt with some of these questions.